So the average American reads at a 7th to 8th grade level. USA! USA!
If ignorance is bliss, we as a nation should be ecstatic. They like to keep them dumb because they're easy to control.
And here are the states ranking the lowest in education because Republicans are proud to be stupid. It is no wonder we're still in a pandemic years later when the party of dead weight that consistently holds back the country, and here we are yet again, does not have the cognitive ability, doesn't have the reading level past a middle schooler to just understand how washing your hands have an impact to protect people, let alone vaccines and mask mandates. It's wild.
Hi, it's Alonzo Bowden with another Rebel HQ TYT video. Now, I want to explain to you how this works. See, they send me a choice of stories and they ask me what I want to comment on. Well, these were my choices today. The first story was somebody saying that in Washington, D.C., they're burning fetuses to create electricity. So that's the abortion thing. So I couldn't even comment on the ridiculousness of that. Then we had one in Alabama, and it showed the governor of Alabama saying that Joe Biden keeps sending immigrants to the states, and they're going to have to learn to Spanish. Not to speak Spanish. She said, the governor of Alabama said, we're going to have to learn to Spanish. I don't want to have to Spanish, so I let that one go. Finally, there's a story about the United States averages a 7th to 8th grade reading level, and I was like, that's it. That's the one I want to talk to. You know why? Because that is the root problem, why people believe that they're burning fetuses for electricity, why the governor of Alabama thinks we need to Spanish, because reading is fundamental, and we are fundamentally not getting it.
This is a graph showing U.S. literacy rates of adults in 2013, and unfortunately, these percentages have only been going down since then. This 14% bar here represents basic literacy, which is about 3rd grade level. This 34% number represents the amount of adult Americans who can read at or above a 7th grade level. Already right there, you have 50% of Americans that can't read above an 8th grade level.
Trumpism committed mass murder in Buffalo. And for that reason, it followed logically, we must suspend the First Amendment.
Which literally zero Democrats said. Tucker's audience is so gullible, however, that he then cuts to a compilation of clips of Democrats saying they respect the First Amendment and that we should only do better at stopping hate speech. Roll the clips that he himself rolled.
I'll protect the First Amendment any day of the week. But you don't protect hate speech. You don't protect incendiary speech. You're not allowed to scream fire in a crowded theater. There are limitations on speech, and right now we have seen this run rampant.
Then he says a truly absurd thing right after those clips.
So what is hate speech? Well, it's speech that our leaders hate.
What a disingenuous monster Tucker Carlson is. He just makes that up out of thin air. Hate speech is speech that targets a group of people with hate and lies and puts a target on their backs. You know, Tuck, it's your favorite kind. Just because you are the one spewing it, crybaby, doesn't mean that it shouldn't be stopped. The problem for Tucker is that for him, hate speech is free speech. It's the only speech he knows. Give him a break. Then Tucker tries some good old-fashioned, Biden's actually the one dividing us.
Biden has decided to attack people who disapprove. According to Politico, quote, Biden has taken to telling his aides that he no longer recognizes the GOP, which he now views as an existential threat to the nation's democracy.
Don't read it with such shock, Tuck. He only says it because that's exactly what GOP leaders are now, yourself included. See, when you don't honor fair election results, or you fail to condemn people who try to stop the peaceful transfer of power, you are literally a direct threat to our democracy. Threatening democracy is defined as, and I just looked this up, threatening democracy. And when your party refuses even after a shooting to condemn neo-Nazi teachings, that's a threat to the nation in general. But again, he immediately then bait and switches his audience and changes it to,
people who disagree with Joe Biden, according to Joe Biden, are now a, quote, existential threat to the nation, like Al-Qaeda or climate change.
You see what he did there? No, Tucker, not people who disagree with him, just those who are actually threatening our democracy. We just covered this. You can disagree with Biden on other stuff. It's fine. Biden's historically super nice to people who try to stop his agenda. So you're good there. It's just the anti-democracy stuff and the not condemning Nazi ideology stuff. Then his speech takes a turn somehow for the much, much worse when he tries to blame the shooting on people who talk about race at all.
All race politics is bad, no matter what flavor those politics happen to be. No race politics is better than any other.
Says Tucker now, after he's been happy to push race politics for 400 episodes. That's the real number. All of it is bad no matter what flavor? Are you for real, dude? This isn't an ice cream shop. One side's race politics uses something called evidence to show that some races of people are not treated fairly, so we can, I don't know, maybe fix it. And your race politics uses neo-Nazi, totally made-up conspiracy theories to make white people fear those very races of people. But you're right, it's just different flavors. Let me guess, your favorite flavor is vanilla, isn't it? Tucker Swanson McNear Carlson. That's his actual full name. Most vanilla-loving name possible. More fun info, his father's name is Dick, and his mother left when he was 6. I guess she couldn't even stand being around Tucker as a child. Now watch this idiot try to justify hate.
Above all, race politics always makes us hate each other.
Maybe that's the reaction when racists hear about race. It makes the rest of us want to fix the problem, because we have a thing you don't called a heart.
Race politics is a sin. Race politics always leads to violence and death.
Yeah, when you push racist conspiracy theory white nationalist race politics it does, as you do. But you failed to include those key adjectives there, didn't you, Tuck? Did you leave it out because white nationalist theories are just a different flavor? And you're right, dude, it has indeed led to violence and death. Are you just scolding yourself with this diatribe? Look what I did. I'm a bad Tucker. And then Carlson goes full-on insane.
Ethnicity has already been stripped out of school books and rubbed off government identity cards, reported the New York Times. Government documents no longer mention Hutu or Tutsi, and the country's newspapers and radio stations steer clear of the labels as well. They have de-emphasized race in Rwanda, intentionally and systematically. Rwandan citizens are citizens first, members of racial or tribal groups second or not at all. Result? There have been no more genocides in Rwanda. And that could easily be the path forward for this country, too.
No more racial identity at all is his solution? In the give us your huddled masses yearning to be free melting pot that is the United States of America? His implication here literally being that if we keep talking about race, if we try to address racial issues in America at all, it will only lead to more violence. Sounds like he's even excusing a potential genocide here on our shores if we don't abandon wanting to fix racial injustice. What a garbage person he is. No offense to garbage people. I don't mean he takes out the garbage. I mean he is the garbage. Could one of you take him out, like you do with garbage? I'd be fine with him shouting this racist shit in the middle of a landfill where no one can hear, and he can laugh maniacally like a total creep all he likes. But in case you didn't get the real point behind Tucker's frantic, desperate diatribe, he made it crystal clear yet again just a few seconds later.
All lives matter, period.
There it is, without all the flowery language. Black people are gunned down in a white supremacist hate crime, and he makes sure his response is the racist favorite, all lives matter. Racist because the whole problem is we need to make sure his followers specifically learn that black lives matter too. And that saying Black Lives Matter doesn't weaken you. It doesn't replace you. And it doesn't need to make you want to shoot anybody. It's just an acknowledgement of people's pain, which is the first step toward healing our society. Instead, Tucker Carlson pushes the exact opposite. Either shut up and pretend you aren't part of an ethnic group at all, or risk death. And do you still wonder where a deranged 18-year-old could get the idea that it's okay to write in his manifesto, and I quote, "As long as the white man lives, our land will never be theirs, and they will never be safe from us." All lives matter, Tucker? I'm not sure that yours should.